Here, and today we're going to be going over every single team's first round, and we're going to be giving them a grade. And so, yeah, let's just get into it. For Arizona, they took Jeremiah Love at overall pick number 3, and I didn't like this. I didn't like it at the time. I've had some time to think about it, and yeah, it doesn't make sense. I mean, he's a great player, one of the best players in the draft. He can play wide receiver, but why take a running back? You just paid Tyler Algier too, and so I don't like this. I gotta give this a D. And then Atlanta didn't have a first round pick. Baltimore goes Ioane, the guard from Penn State, pick 14. This is a really solid pick. It was in my opinion was the best pick for them available. So they get an A. Maybe if they drafted or dropped back, they could have gotten an A plus for this. But yeah, just took the best player available. Keep Lamar Jackson healthy. That should be the goal. Buffalo. So they actually They jumped out of. I think they made 3 separate trades to move out of the first round. So yeah, they don't have a first overall pick, so it's incomplete. Carolina. They took Monroe Freeling. I heard on the broadcast someone say I think they were trying to get Kenyon Sadiq, and the more I think about it, I really believe they were going for Sadiq, and then when the Jets drafted him, they were kind of like, okay, well, what are we gonna do? And so they went Monroe Freeling. I like him more than Blake Miller. I thought that the Lions were gonna take Monroe Freeling, but yeah, he just needs a little time to develop, and he'll have that there. So I'm giving this a B plus for the Panthers. For the Bears, A plus. One of my steals of the draft. Dylan Thieneman falls to you at 25. He's so good. The Bears needed safety. Just stuck there and picked. They didn't have to trade up to get him. This is an A plus for the Bears. Cincinnati obviously didn't have their first overall pick. They traded the 10th pick for Dexter Lawrence, and the Giants got back there, and we'll talk that when we get to the Giants. Cleveland, man, I really like what the Browns did. First, you trade back with the Chiefs to get Spencer Fano. You get your guy at pick 9, and you got an extra third and a 5th round pick. So that's just good. And then Casey Concepcion, I'm kind of surprised they took him over Omar Cooper because I felt like I just heard Omar Cooper was the better player and that he would go higher. But if that's their guy, I like this. I think this is at A minus for the Browns. But yeah, I really like their draft. Dallas. Okay. In my original shorts, if you watched any of them, I was kind of like, this is an A plus. But I thought about it a little more, and here's why it's an A minus. Caleb Downs, A plus, phenomenal. Yeah, I can't believe he was there. You trade up. They barely traded anything to go get him, but you trade back the Eagles. You trade back with the Eagles. Okay, I'm just gonna start over. Here's the whole story. So Mekhi Lemon is on the phone with the Steelers at pick 21. He's on the phone with them. And then the Eagles were trying to call him, and they realized, oh shoot, Pittsburgh is actually about to draft Lemon. And so they call up the Cowboys, and they're like, what can we do to get this done? Like, we need to hop. Why are you helping out a division rival? You hate them. Why are you helping them out? And so you let Lemon go to the Eagles. You traded back. I don't care what the compensation was. That was just stupid. So this is why it's an A minus. Malachi Lawrence, I actually really like him. I think that I'm surprised he kind of went before like Zion Young and T.J. Parker, but that's totally fine if that's who they like. All these draft grades around this area are all kind of very similar. It's just teams just like who they like, and so yeah, I can't believe they traded back, bro. Pittsburgh. I feel so bad for Pittsburgh. Like, why are you trading with the Eagles? Anyways, Denver didn't have a first overall pick. They got Waddle. Detroit, like I said, I liked Monroe Freeling more than Blake Miller. And so, for me, this is like a B minus. You still got a need. You still got someone who can play right tackle for you. He's solid, and Penei Sewell's probably means he's definitely getting moved to the left tackle spot, and that's fine. He's a great tackle. He'll be fine either way. But yeah, I'm just surprised that they went Blake Miller over Monroe Freeling. But yeah, B minus. Green Bay didn't have a first overall pick. Okay. Houston Texans. What are we thinking here? You trade up to get Keelan Rutledge, who I even heard was I've watched a lot of mock drafts. I never saw him go till like the back half of the second. And you traded up for him. He's a dog. He's actually a dog, he's a great player. But I'm just so confused by that. Like, go Caden McDonald, and then you have you have pick 38 in the second round. Go get Keelan Rutledge. That would have been a way better strategy. I don't know. I did not like this. I'm giving it a C minus. Indy didn't have a first overall pick. Jacksonville didn't have a first overall pick. All right. We get to my Chiefs. I've thought about this so much. I've listened to every single commentator listening on this. My official grade for them is a B. But we could have got Ruben Bain. We could have traded back to 12. Maybe the Cowboys want to jump up to get Caleb Downs. We could have traded back. No, you know what? Let's not go there. We could have picked Ruben Bain at 9. And then at pick 29, got Gerard McCoy. I don't know. Delane, he's a dog. Peter Woods, he's a dog. They're going to be impactful players on the team. And I know that's what matters, right? In the long run, you just want players that are going to be dogs on the field. But I just can't help but feel Ruben Bain was there for you, and you pass on him for a corner? I don't know. I don't know. And Peter Woods is fine. I would have liked to see McCoy, but we already had Delane. McCoy is my favorite corner in the draft. So whoever gets him on day 2 is gonna. I'm really gonna be like, yeah, they got to steal. He might have some knee injury. I mean, he had that ACL, right? But it might be worse than people are letting on, and that's why he fell so far. But yeah, I got a B for the Chiefs. I like the players. I think I would have went a different direction. Las Vegas, it's kind of hard to give them anything but an A. Best quarterback in the draft, need a quarterback, first overall pick. We knew it was going to be like this. I just feel like it's not an A+, just because, it's not like a steal. It's just, it was the right pick. And, yeah. The Chargers get Akeem Mesidor. I actually really like this because the Chargers, they should be in a win now mode. So this age 25 is less of a factor. But I'm also just are you that close? I know they think they're that close. But are they actually that close? I don't know. But I like Mesidor. I wish the Chiefs, I was hoping he would fall to 29 to the Chiefs. And so, yeah, I think this is a good, I'm going to go B+ for this one. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm not even a Rams fan. But what are we doing? Ty Simpson? Oh my gosh. Let's just say Super Bowls are so hard to win. Let's just say the pick at 13 is the difference between you winning a Super Bowl. Why are we not taking the impact player? Ty Simpson? I know Ram fans. I know how you feel. Matthew Stafford just won MVP. You had pick 13 and you went Ty Simpson. Who cares, bro? Trade for a quarterback. Oh my gosh. Seriously, this is a D. I don't even hate Ty Simpson. You could have traded back and got him. You think the Jets were going to pick? Maybe the Jets were going to pick him. But if the Jets were going to pick him, let them pick him. That'd be the most Jets move. No. I did not like this move. I don't think I had a strong enough reaction in my short. But yeah, I've had a lot of time to think over each team's picks. Oh my gosh, this is one of my least favorites too. I mean, Caden Proctor at 12. I know he's so inconsistent. He has great ability and size, but Caden Proctor at pick 12. I didn't like it. I don't like it. And then, you did trade back, but it wasn't that much. Chris Johnson, I actually like Chris Johnson, but again, you had to trade up to get him. And Gerard McCoy still on the board, which I prefer over Chris Johnson. And so, I don't know. Omar Cooper was there too. Man, I just feel for this. I don't know. I'm giving them a C minus. I really did not like it for Miami. Man, okay, another one I really did not like. Banks to the Vikings. Okay, he has a broken foot, right? He broke his foot. He's injury prone. Okay, yes, he has great talent. There's no doubt about that. But I don't. Thielman was there for you, and then just let a DT is gonna fall to you in the next round. That is a very serviceable player. I just think Banks is a lot of risk for. Yeah, sure, high reward, but I think the risk is so high with Banks. I did not see him going in the first round, but yeah, I hate C minus as well. Yeah, I didn't like it. New England traded up to get Caleb Lomu. This one just kind of surprised me. Because yeah, they jumped the Chiefs. Who else did they jump? They jumped the Chiefs because they were picked 31. And yeah, they moved up for Lomu. You know, I think Buffalo is who they jumped as well. Yeah, I don't see. I see the vision actually. It's more just like I think you could have just stuck and pick, which is gonna knock you down a little bit. But you know, is your goal to play him at right tackle? I think it's Morgan Moses is his name. Is your right tackle? He I guess he's pretty old, so you're just maybe you'll sit him. You're in a win now mode, so I think this is a B minus. You know, get O line. I always like O line picks, for the most part because I think it's not the sexy pick, but it's a lot of times that's the best player available. But man, the Saints, Jordan Tyson, my favorite receiver in the draft, get him at 8 overall. I'm gonna give this an A minus just because like I don't know. Maybe he would have went earlier. Maybe this is an A, actually. Just because I was thinking originally, like, they could have maybe, like, dropped backing on him, but I don't think so. I think a lot of teams were high on him. I think the Giants would have went Jordan Tyson if he was there. So the Saints get an A. They're gonna have a great offense next year. I'm very looking forward to seeing that. And Travis Etienne is someone to watch in the fantasy drafts. New York Giants. I really like what they did. Arvell Reese at 5 just went best player available. Some are saying like it's hard to find an exact spot for him. I don't think he's an edge player. I think the NFL did not think of him as an edge player because if they did, the Cardinals would have drafted him at 3. The Titans would have drafted him at 4. I think he's going to be an off-ball linebacker, and that's where he kind of fits on the Giants. And Francis Mauigoa, nothing too fancy, but very solid picks. I was very happy with John Harbaugh did. I'm going to give this an A. I'm going to give this an A. This is an A to me. New York Jets. Okay. I was like, did the Jets win the draft? But I didn't give them enough flack for taking Sadiq at 16. David Bailey, that's a fine pick. Omar Cooper, yep, trade back in and get him. So they were talking about him going at 16. That's great value right there at 30. Those are both A picks to me. But Kenyon Sadiq, I didn't like it. I didn't like it at 16. I thought they were going to go a different direction. I think they should have went, I don't know. I still think, like, if they went Omar Cooper there and Gerard McCoy, everyone would be talking like they got a great draft. But I'm going to give this a B+, specifically because I don't like the Kenyon Sadiq pick. Eagles, kind of an Eagles hater a little bit after the Chiefs Super Bowl, but yeah, this is an A+. Howie Roseman's... Dude, he's a genius. He just hears that he knows that the Steelers are calling him. So what's he do? He gives up everything to go get him. And so AJ Brown's gone, traded to the Patriots. They didn't take a receiver. He must be traded. I mean, AJ Brown's a Patriot. He's at least going to a different team. So Mekhi Lemon A+, Howie Roseman, one of the best GMs in the game. Pittsburgh, man, I don't even want to. Dallas should have never traded back, like I said. They should have never traded back. That makes me mad for you guys. That's going to make my grade easier. You had to go get a tackle since Lemon was off the board. So this was an A because an A-, just because the whole situation. That just makes me so frustrated for you guys. It's just like Cowboys. What are you doing? The Eagles are already a good team. Like, whatever. San Francisco didn't have a first-round pick. They traded back, or they did, but they traded back into the second round, right? Yeah. Um, okay, I did not like the Price pick. I didn't like it here. I think he is the second best running back in the class, but I didn't see him going till about this back half of the second. And I guess if he's your guy, but I bet you could have drafted down. And I always say like you can draft down, but you have to have someone willing to draft up. But Price, that's surprising to me. I saw Mel Kiper do it. I didn't love it when I saw it in Mel's mock draft. But yeah, I wasn't a big fan. I'd give this. Do I want to go C plus? I think it's a B minus. No. I'm gonna go C plus here. I really wasn't a big fan. Tampa Bay, not much to say. Ruben Bain, I wanted the Chiefs to draft him. Great, he's a great player at 15. Oh my gosh, this is an A plus for the Bucks. Yeah, he's a dog, and he should have went at way before 15. But short arms, had some off field stuff going on, so that could have dropped him. But yeah, that's an A plus for me. Tennessee, Carnell Tate at 4, I think was a little rich. I honestly would have liked to see if they wanted to go receiver. I could have thought maybe they could have drafted. This is such a Titans pick to me, actually. Now that I think about it, like that's just such a Titans pick picking Carnell Tate. I don't know why. I feel like I should have saw that coming, but I don't know. I guess like if I like Jordan Tyson more than Carnell Tate. I think Jordan Tyson has a higher floor, but Carnell Tate is the safer pick, so I can't really blame them for taking Carnell Tate. He's gonna be a solid receiver at the next level. Kendrick Falk, I think that Robert Saleh is going to be able to maximize him to the fullest potential. So I do like that aspect of it. Yeah, he's a great run defender. He needs to develop as a pass rusher, but Robert Saleh is going to unlock that in him. So I'd give this a B grade. Not bad for the Titans though. And then finally, we got Washington, Sonny Styles. See, I'm very interested to know if they were going to go Mansour Delane. Because the Chiefs traded up, and they really believe that either the Saints or the Commanders were going to go. Because they gave up a third-round pick. That's kind of a lot, actually, when you think about the Chiefs' needs. But yeah, Sonny Styles, this is an A to me. Best player. He had the best fit. They needed a linebacker. Jordan Tyson would have been really interesting here and cool, but I think the Commanders can get a guy down the board. So, yeah, those are my grades for the first round. If you liked it, please consider subscribing. I'm going to be doing more content over the draft, and so yeah. Thank you for watching, and yeah, have a good day.